Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Venkatramana coming back. This Triple M, Module 4, Chapter 8 Intermediate Modifying Devices and Terminating Devices. We have already taken the introduction of what is this intermediate modifying device, what is the importance, and what are the drawbacks like mechanical drawbacks and temperature effects, and how to minimize these temperature effects also we have discussed. In continuation, we will try to understand what are the different circuits which are used in this intermediate modifying devices so as to convert this input signal into the next level, that is terminating device acceptable form signal. Okay, that is what the intermediate modifying device does to the input signal which has come from detector or sensor. We understand that there are drawbacks from the mechanical devices such as friction, inertia, bulkiness, that is rigidity. All those things will definitely make huge loss of input signal. Therefore, we uh, we proposed these electrical systems for the intermediate modifying devices. So the electric system means there should be a what you call some circuit which can convert this input signal to the understand stage 3 understandable device. Okay, right. Now the first one is a simple current sensitive circuit which we are trying to understand. See, the picture depicts from the left hand side, if you see, there is a power supply I. Okay, then there is RM. Okay, some resistance. Then there is something called the current. What, sir? Current. What you understand is resistance, then current indicator to sense output current I naught. Then there is a transducer resistance type. Okay, where the resistance can be altered. You can see in a box with an arrow and resistance KRI, means at a particular instant you can check the resistance, that is KRI. See, if you check out simple current sensitive circuit uses flow of current through a passive resistance transducer as an indication of value of the resistance. Okay, value of the resistance. The resistance of transducer changes when there is a change in physical quantity being measured, thereby causing a change in the current I. Okay, now let us understand what are those abbreviations. RT, maximum resistance of the transducer. See, in this figure right side, if you try to check out, KRT is given, so we can assume that resistance, if it is in the top side, if it is assume that it is a 0, RT will be maximum at the bottom side. Okay, then KRT is resistance of the transducer when measuring a particular value of physical quantity. So this KRT, we can imagine like it is a rheostat. You change from one area to the other area throughout the length. It starts from 0, goes on increasing at the end, like that. So you can stop at particular area. You understand, we can try to measure that at that particular K or T value. Okay, at that particular point the resistance can be measured. Similarly, RM, resistance of the measuring circuit. This excludes a transducer resistance which is there already. Okay, that is not included. K represents the percentage factor. See, it is varying from 0 to 1 means it's 0 to 100%. We use Ohm's law. The current flowing through the circuit I naught, the current is indicated by the indicator, and the maximum value of current occurs when K is 0. Okay, K means percentage factor is 0, means resistance is 0. I naught is equal to EI, E suffix I divided by K or T plus RM. So we understand RT is maximum resistance, RM is the measuring circuit resistance. Okay, then the figure shows I naught by I maximum, that is the ratio with K for various values of RT by RM. I naught represents the output signal, K depends on the input signal, and hence it represents the input value. Okay, so formula you check it out. I naught is equal to EI divided by KRT plus RM. Okay, so therefore I maximum is EI by RM. So you can rewrite E, the voltage, in terms of current. We can write I naught by I max is equal to RM by RM plus KRT. This again, which is equal to 1 by 1 plus K into RT by RM. Since it is that like numerator and denominator RM, cancel it off and it is 1 by 1. So there is KRT, it is divided by RM. So like that, I maximum value we can try to calculate. This is what is simple current circuit. Okay, then see here the graphical figure shows input output relation of a current sensitive circuit. We can understand by looking into the curve, it is non-linear, which is not desirable. Means linear, we said in the definitions, linear property should be there for any measuring device. So this non-linearity is not correct. Also, higher the ratio of RT by RM, greater is the output variation. Okay, see, you can see in the graph RT by RM is equal to 0.5, 1, 2, like that is showing, and the x-axis is K, y-axis is I naught by I max. Okay, now if it can be noted that the output I naught is a function of I max, which in turn is depending on EA. Okay, then this means that careful control of the driving voltage is necessary if calibration has to be maintained. Okay, the variation of output for a is shown in this graph for a current circuit. Okay, see, next is the ballast circuit. It is another electric circuit. It's a small variation of current sensitive circuit. In this case, voltage sensitive devices are connected across the transducers shown in the figure. Check out. See, there is similar circuit, it is in line. See here perpendicular, and this parallel voltage indicator we have put it. Okay, E naught. Then resistance type of transducer, that is KRT, and here instead of RM we have given RB, that is ballast circuit, and voltage battery or something we have given power supply. Okay, in the diagram, right? So it is called as voltage sensitive circuit. The ballast resistance RB is the resistance of the measuring circuit. Okay, and this also excludes the transducer circuit, transducer resistance. Then in the absence of this ballast resistance, the voltage indicator will always record the full voltage EI, okay, and hence some value of resistance RB is always necessary in order to function properly with respect to the circuit is concerned. Means EI, that is full voltage, will be displayed under no load conditions, okay, but some value, that is RB, ballast resistance, is always required for proper functioning of the this ballast circuit. In order to analyze this ballast circuit, we assume that voltage indicator has an infinite resistance such that it does not draw any current. Okay, now as per the Ohm's law, the output current I naught is equal to EI by RB plus KRT. If E naught is the voltage across that KRT, the resistance type of transducer, which is indicated by the voltage indicator, then the output voltage is indicated as E naught is equal to I naught into KRT. Okay, I naught value in the previous equation we said EI by RB plus KRT. You substitute that, it will be EI into KRT divided by RP plus KRT. Okay, which this equation can be rewritten as E naught by EI is equal to KRT by RB plus KRT, which is equal to KRT by RB whole divided by 1 plus KRT by RB. For a ballastic circuit, this E naught by EI is a measure of output and KRT by RB is the measure of input. So output by input we are given with this equation we can try to find out with respect to this ballast circuit is concerned. Further, the graphical representation X shows that K value percentage factor and Y shows E naught by EI, that is output by input relation. Okay, shows input and output relations for this ballastic circuit. See, you can note that the percentage in supply voltage EI results in greater change in output than does similar percentage change in K. Hence, very careful voltage regulation must be applied in this case. Further, relationship between input and output is not linear. See, you can see the graph, it goes in a circular manner. RT by RB is equal to 2. Then it is 1 for and for 0.5 also shown. See, this is in an increasing order for the ballastic circuit. Whereas if you observe for a current circuit, see it is falling down, okay, from higher point to the lower points. Okay, this is how this current circuit and ballastic circuit, that is voltage sensitive and current sensitive circuits, can be understood. Okay, then the next one is the amplifiers. Specifically we call them as electronic amplifiers. These amplifiers are used to provide either voltage gain, current gain, or impedance transformation. Something like the electrical gain is happening. In most transducers, electric voltage is the output, but the voltage level available from the transducer is very low. Hence, we require a device which can enhance this low voltage obtained at the output. Hence, a voltage amplifier is required to increase the level so that subsequent the next processing of the signal can be done easily. Sometimes the input signal may be used to drive a recorder or some control of that particular apparatus. In such cases, power must be increased by using current or power amplifiers. Further, high output impedance leads to noise. Okay. Then it is desirable to include an amplifier which converts this high impedance input into a low low output impedance. So the amplifiers should not make noise. Okay. Next, see, vacuum tube amplifier has been shown in the figure. See, input signal, there is a grid is there, grid plate is there, which forms a cathode. Then additional supply of through heater. Uh, there is a voltage bias and plate supply also, both different is there, which we have denoted as C and B. And amplifier load, single stage amplifier circuit has been displayed in this figure. Okay, in this the electrons emitted from a heated cathode are attracted to a positively charged plate. See, grid, because of the heat, the electrons will be emitted, and because plate is anode, it will attract. So the causing the current to flow in the plate circuit as shown in the figure. Okay, the flow of electrons is controlled by the grid, which is placed between the cathode and the plate and is negatively charged relative to cathode. The negative voltage on the grid is called bias voltage. Okay, next, see, the signal controls the current flow in the plate circuit. Variation that heater, what happens, the electrons will, in the input signal, it will change the flow of electrons, in turn the current flow in the plate. So the C will supply, in the figure you shown bias voltage, C will supply bias voltage, B provides the plate supply, and A heats the cathode. In practice, these voltages are drawn from common supply using voltage dividers. This illustrates a single stage amplification. Number of stages may be connected together for higher amplifications. This is one, like this number of things we can connect it so that bigger amplification can be done. See, A, C, B similarly same. Next, the other one after this amplifiers, sir, regarding amplifiers, want one small example also we will try to put. Like we can discuss here. Sir, we had a tape recorder or a music system or a sound system. No, normally if you put one cassette or CD nowadays is a drive, you put a drive, song is played. See, the output is of some watts, but during function we require higher outputs. Now we go with a amplifier, connect it to amplifier and give it a bigger capacity speakers with the same drive as an input signal. Okay, so like this the amplified what you call sound levels can be obtained, right? Next, the next one is telemetry. So the telemetry means tele means distance and metry means measurement. Okay, tele means distance and metry means measurements. That is why that is put together is called as telemetry, which is a technique of measuring from a distance. Okay, means from a distance you need to measure. You need not go there and try to measure it. From the distance only you are trying to measure the particular quantity. It may be defined as indicating, recording, integrating of quantity at a distance by application of electrical means. It is a very important part of intermediate modifying stage. Telemetry plays an important role, it is saying. So, telemetric system require radio links, which permits use of readout devices which are located at the ground level. Okay, radio links, we say radio, different frequencies. Okay, FMO, SWO, like that we'll say. Another example we can quote Radio Mirchi 98.6. You say that 98.6 is a particular frequency where that Radio Mirchi will come, whereas some other radio stations will have separate frequencies. Okay, then these telemetric devices are applied in missile testing, aircraft flight testing, medical, transportation, and various industrial applications. Okay, the a block diagram we have shown here, which depicts or which tells about the telemetric system. See, start with from the left hand side end, there is a measuring quantity, that is input signal. There is a primary detector. Okay, that signal is taken. It goes to telemeter transmitter. See, there is a transmitter. The name itself indicates it transmits. Telemeter is a device, it possesses a transmitter. That transmitter will be sent to, the signal will be sent to telemeter channel. Okay, channel. Then from there it is sent to telemeter receiver. Okay. Then the end device, it is sent to the end device. The end device may be an indicator or a controller or a recorder or a display unit. Okay, so you can observe there are two vertical lines put for transmitter, channel and receiver, stating that this is an intermediate stage. First one is a detector, the right side one is a terminating stage. Okay, so this is how we can understand a general telemetric system which possesses a transmitter, a channel and a receiver. So the best example I can quote regarding this is your television set. See, nowadays there is a cable TV. You forget about a cable TV. I hope you remember antennas, dish antenna. So what does this dish antenna does? Okay, see, there is a input signal across that is being transmitted through the transmitter, okay, from the detector, and it will be sent or received by our TV set, which will contain a receiver on the dish. Now it is sent to your output device also. TV can be displayed, and if you tune it for a particular channel, you can see a particular program. See how it is based on the frequency. At a particular channel means a frequency, you are tuned it. The picture will come, the sound will come, you can see. Similarly, I want Star Plus, okay, I want G, something like that, DD, all those things, that is Doordarshan, etc. You can tune it and see in the system. So all these things requires a transmitter, a channel and a receiver, then a display system. Before that, to start with a sensor and a input signal. So it's like this. Okay. Next, see the measuring quantity, primary detector, same interpreter for your understanding. That's it. But the primary detector and end devices of the telemetric system have same functions as in general measuring system. However, the intermediate stage consists of these three elements called telemetry transmitter, channel, receiver. The function of this telemeter transmitter is to convert the output of primary detector into a analogous signal which can be transmitted over the telemeter channel. The function of the telemeter receiver at the remote location is to convert the transmitted signal into a related suitable quantity. See, we said the function of which receiver is kept at remote location, which is away from the system. You can keep it at somewhere and try to receive the signal, and it will be converted into suitable quantity. So the advantages of this telemetric device is as compared to the recording systems, that is recording of data systems. See, for the same capacity, weight of this telemetric equipment is less. Means the bulkiness is very, very small. In the sense, it doesn't have much of the weight. Then Many channels may be individually and continuously monitored without the direct attention of the operator. You see, this is really a wonderful point where, see, we can put some number of monitors, and all the signal will be displayed there. Yes, whatever the information, uh, only one operator can be in a position to check out and operate or maintain all the different channels. Okay, and it is continuously, so there is no question of interruption. uh, uh, and automatically it is done. You need not be there to start like press a button and okay, start like that. Okay, then exceeding of safe limits may be immediately recognized and corrective measures can be taken automatically. See, what happens is why these tracking devices or like sensing devices are required is whenever you go beyond certain limit, which is not advisable, and it may result in some drastic situation, the signal need to be cut, or some circuit breaker is required. For this purpose, such type of things are used. Okay, so what happens once it goes beyond certain limit and it is unsafe, the automatically cutoff will be there. For example, if you check out properly the refrigerators, ACs, if you set to a particular temperature, it runs, cools the entire system to that temperature, and it will cut down the power supply for a few seconds or minutes. Then again, when the temperature increases or decreases, it will start running. The compressor will start running. So it's like that. Okay. In case of destructive failure, telemetric data gives a complete record up to final moment. See, missiles, rockets, aeroplanes, we said there is a crash. We'll say a black box is there. What it does, it records all the information till that crash has occurred. So that is how these telemetric devices are very helpful in analyzing the data and investigating what exactly happened just before the crash or explosion has taken place. Okay, see, this is important in missile testing, and the test item may not be recoverable. Then practical recording time is not limited, it is unlimited, it goes on, it's like a loop. Then certain disadvantages like complexity, expensive, extra processing of data leads to errors. In the sense, sometimes more number of information you put in, it may lead to some sort of an error. Then introduction of unwanted signals. Sir, this is best examples is your cell phone. N number of cell phones are networks are working with us only now, right now. BSNL, Airtel, Jio, etc., like that. Sometimes if you dial to a BSNL to BSNL number, some Jio fellow will come into the picture. So that is what we say, introduction of unwanted. Then we'll say wrong number, okay, that this is something and all. Okay, like that. So this is what is happens when multiple signals are coming. Sometimes filter may not work properly and misconnect the channels. Okay, then signals rather. It is not economical. Maybe it's costly, what you can say. Okay, so for today we try to check out all these things. Then for the tomorrow's class, we will see what is the practical circuit of telemetric transmitting device. Then we will try to understand what are the terminating devices. Okay, so today what we have, brief recall: current and voltage sensitive circuits, amplifiers, and telemetric system, which are used in a intermediate modifying devices. So which are really important and crucial for performance of any general measuring system. So you make a note of these ballast circuits and that current circuit, and a question like a small or a brief explanation of so and so may be asked. So prepare well for that purpose. Okay, and thank you. Meet in the next class.